What's going on, everybody? This is Mike Greco, and you're listening to Real Talk, the #1 real estate podcast in New Jersey. Today, I have a very special guest. It's my close friend, colleague, and my coaching student, Chris Moreno. I don't know where this podcast is going to go. It's going to be interesting. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but we're just going to do these episodes once a month. It's called Office Hours. We're going to title it. And basically, I want to get some of the regulars in my office on the podcast for these episodes where we just talk about anything going on in the office, any drama, any client drama, what's going on with new deals, what the market's looking like, all that kind of stuff. So make sure before the video starts to like, comment, and subscribe. Please, it helps the channel so much. And we're going to have a quick word from our sponsors. Cleanouts by G Bella is a full-service cleanout business offering cleanouts for offices, homes, commercial buildings, estate sales, attics, basements, storage units, and much more. They will remove carpeting, wood or metal sheds, above-ground pools, wood or metal swing sets, and scrap metal. They basically do it all. They'll remove any trash you have, and they're very reliable and very easy to get in touch with. Cleanouts by G Bella also offers rekeying services for foreclosed properties. So if you're in the REO business or the foreclosure business of real estate, they're definitely going to be somebody you want to keep on your contact list. They are fully licensed and insured company, available for any of your property preservation or cleanout needs, working with many realtors and attorneys throughout the state of New Jersey. For a free estimate, contact Frank at 908-296-8519 and check them out on Facebook and YouTube at Cleanouts by G Bella. Again, it's 908-296-8519. Give them a call today. Our second sponsor for this episode is Garden State Water Heater Company. My 50-gallon water heater was leaking. I Googled them and I found Garden State Water Heater Company. Sean and Carmen showed up the same day, and within an hour, they removed and replaced a 50-gallon Rheem water heater and showed me how to flush and maintain the unit for longer use. They're very hands-on, and they will show you and instruct you on how to maintain your water heater as well as replace it. I couldn't have asked for better customer service. They showed up, they were quick, and they were extremely reasonable. Garden State Water Heater cover all of New Jersey and can be reached anytime at 973-434-4100. Again, their number is 973-434-4100. Give them a call today and get a free estimate. All right, everybody, I am here with Chris Moreno, the legend, the one and the only, the youngest real estate agent in the game. How's it going, Chris?
It's going good.
Please speak closer to the microphone.
All right, we gotta restart this.
No, we're not restarting this. This is raw. This is office hours. If you listen to the intro, we're gonna do episodes like this where once a month we have an episode where it's people in the office like Chris, who I work with every day, and we just talk about the market, we talk about real estate, we talk about our life. It's a casual episode. It's more of a free-form conversation, not interview style. And all the other episodes will be guests, but this is going to be more of a laid-back episode. So whatever happens on air. So Chris, tell us what's going on with your business as of lately. How long have you been in the business now?
I've been in the business since February.
Since February. So he's only been in for how many months now? Like 5?
Yeah.
Like 5 months.
Just about.
And how many deals are you working or have you closed so far?
I've closed one deal. It was a mobile home.
Oh, closer to the mic. How's the mobile deal? The mobile home deal?
It wasn't too much, honestly. I wasn't too excited about it. I didn't think it was too accomplishing.
Well, listen, it was good. I mean, a deal's a deal. Like, it's your first deal. It doesn't matter. It's like, it is what it is. Like, everybody starts somewhere. A lot of people start with rentals, you know. Start small, you got to build your reputation up, so it makes sense. Now, I want to talk. We were just talking about some stuff in the office that I wanted to bring over to the podcast, talking about this listing that you have coming up, and you're a little worried because you think the seller is a little overpriced, possibly, right?
Yeah, just like $25K above, but
you can talk to me. You don't have to look at the camera.
I think we could work something out. Good price, around $700.
Okay, so when are you meeting with this guy?
I believe next week.
And he's definitely the list.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. I mean, it's only 5 months in, and you're getting a huge listing like that.
He's very motivated.
It's a high price point too, so it's going to be pretty good. So I want to talk a little bit about any crazy client experiences that you've had so far in your first 5 months, because this is a whole new world to you. So anything out of the ordinary that you kind of like was like funny or interesting that you had to deal with?
Funny or interesting? nothing much, honestly. Just like the crazy client with the 4 cats and 3 dogs.
Oh yeah, tell me about that more.
She just has a lot of animals.
Yeah, so
And, it's kind of tough finding a rental for her.
yeah. So basically, the scenario is that, if I remember correctly, what you told me is that she has 4 cats and 3 dogs, and every time you find a rental for her, you call the place up, and they're like, no. As soon as you say the pet scenario, they're like, no, not happening.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know even what's gonna happen with that scenario. Honestly, you're gonna have to find a really lenient landlord. It might be a little tough. Do you think you're gonna find them a spot?
Possibly. I'm not too sure.
That's what happens though when you're first starting. You have a lot of clients who are a little bit difficult or a little bit out of the ordinary that, you know, a lot of the bigger agents might not be willing to work with because it's not worth their time or their stress. But you gotta work with those clients.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta start somewhere, and I mean, it'll pay the bills. Like, you know, it's a small closing, but it's worth it, and you're building yourself up. So tell me, where were you working before this? What's your background? What's your experience?
Well, I was selling vacations for a year.
Okay.
So I got a lot of sales experience from that. I did end up meeting another real estate agent that was working in Texas, but
Okay.
he just happened to be working at that job temporarily just to
Really?
make some extra cash.
How do you end up from Texas to New Jersey?
He used to work for that company,
Okay.
for the vacation company,
Yeah.
and so he kind of got a call back.
Texas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, he got a call from the New Jersey market of the vacations.
Oh,
And so that's why he was working in.
Oh,
New Jersey.
okay. So he was working in Texas as a realtor, but also doing vacations,
Yeah.
and then they
in
called
New
more New
Jersey.
Jersey.
Yeah.
Okay. And
But now he's back in Texas.
okay, was he
Yeah.
practicing real estate when he was in New Jersey?
No.
No, so he
No.
just was doing straight vacations.
No, but he kind of influenced me to get my license.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
Actually,
that.
there was multiple people who were trying to get their license.
Oh,
And,
on the vacation team?
Some people actually took the course and everything, but nobody ended up taking the test.
So they didn't commit to it. Your
Nobody
friend
did.
Devin, we should get your friend Devin to get his license.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
wants to get into stocks.
Oh, really? That's interesting. So what were you actually doing? Tell me a little bit more about the job, the vacation job. Like, what were your tasks or
Well,
responsibilities?
it would be like face-to-face marketing, and then like we would try to sell them these vacation packages.
Yeah, and it was pretty good money. It was like how was your
Yeah, it
experience?
was good.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not making as much as I was making before.
Well, you're just starting out, so you know,
Yeah.
it's a slower climb, but the reward is worth it in the end.
Yeah. But yeah, I actually like this a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, than the vacations.
Do you?
Yeah.
We were talking about that. It's something I want to talk about a little bit. We were talking about yesterday how it's hard. Shout out Brian Casella. How it's hard to transition from a 9 to 5 type job where you have like hours and you have to be somewhere versus a job where you're making your own hours and you're more flexible. And you're like working around your client's schedule, and you also have to keep yourself very motivated. And we were talking about how that's it's difficult to adjust to that.
Yeah.
So how are you finding yourself? Like, do you think that you're more of a routine person? You need that structure.
Well, I just think personally, it's like, just keep doing it. Even if you have days that you go to the office and you just feel like you're not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
Or you just feel like you're not making progress.
Yeah.
But you are making progress just by being in there and actually trying.
Yeah. If you show up, you're going to be inclined to do work. I mean, sometimes we goof off. We'll watch like YouTube videos and stuff. Sometimes we'll get There's always distractions, but when you don't have a boss and when you kind of make your own time, there's always going to be those distractions. But you got to stay focused. I mean, and try to like lock yourself into a structure. I've definitely realized over this week more so, like waking up earlier and kind of like forcing myself to get into the office and do things. I definitely like the structure better. I feel like I can close deals and do business on like whatever schedule I make, but if you wake up early, there's something about waking up early that is just gets you going. It gets your day off to a good start. This guy tells me yesterday that he woke up at 5 a.m. and walked to Wawa to get a coffee at 5 in the morning, a 30-minute walk.
I mean, I gotta get rid of the fat.
Shut up. I still don't believe that you did this.
I did it.
So if you want to have a confession on air, tell me the truth. If you did this or not.
I did, I promise.
So you woke up at 5:30 yesterday, went to get coffee at Wawa, walked there 30 minutes. 30 minutes one way?
Yeah.
So an hour of walking.
Yeah.
And then you came to the office?
Made some cold calls.
What time did you come in?
I came in I aimed for 8 o'clock.
Okay.
But I got in like at 8:12.
Not bad. So the reason I don't believe this is because I came in at like 11 and he still had the Wawa coffee from 5 a.m.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna buy another coffee.
How did you not finish a coffee from 5 a.m. to 11 in a 5-hour period? You didn't finish one cup of coffee.
I like to drag my coffee throughout the day. So
Okay.
I like to make it last longer than it has to.
Listen, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt on that one. All right, so let's get into our question. We talked about your past a little bit. So what, besides the people talking about real estate, like did you ever have like any passion for real estate or business separate from the vacation job before you got your license?
Well, actually, yeah. Like when I first finished high school, I really wanted to get my real estate license. My parents did not find it a good idea at all.
Really?
Like, they hated the idea of me doing real estate. Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
They just thought it was better for me to go to school and like get a steady job.
Like a traditional route,
Yeah,
college.
my sister went to college and stuff. She has a nice job.
Okay.
Doing like marketing.
Okay.
But I ended up going to college for a year. But then I found this sales job, and so I kind of learned a lot of things through that.
Right.
And you know, I thought, why not sell the best kind of thing there is to sell? You know, real estate.
There you go.
Why sell vacations when I can sell real estate?
Yeah, absolutely. What were you majoring in school? You went for that year.
Business administration.
Okay, yeah. I was doing the same thing. I was a business degree for 2 years, and then I dropped out.
I haven't gone back. I might go back.
Yeah, I thought about it too. I thought about like doing part-time school, just getting my degree on the side, just to have it. But I don't know, man. Like something we can definitely go into, which is not really real estate related, but more like entrepreneurial related. Can't speak. Is like the fact that school is becoming more and more obsolete, and there's so many people online who are making a lot of money in business, like real estate or YouTube or whatever it may be, digital media, and they're saying that business school is outdated. A lot of the stuff you learn in business, you never are going to use in the workplace. Yeah. Like, I was taking a class on like Word documents, how to use like Word documents, and, like Excel sheets, spreadsheets and stuff, like very basic stuff that's kind of inundated compared to like what the technology we have is now. Like, there's no is social media like taught in school for like marketing?
No.
Did you took a marketing class your first year?
Yeah.
Did they even go over like Instagram or like anything like that?
No.
Yeah, me neither. So it's like a lot of people are going the route where they're like, college is the original route that you can get a steady job, but you can kind of pave your own way now with the technology we have. You kind of can make your own business and have a chance at actually making it big, in a way.
Actually, I know somebody who just graduated.
Okay.
But he's planning on going to different like industries. But he went to school for business.
Okay. What is he going to do with his degree? Do you know?
He doesn't really know yet.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people end up just getting some salary job, like an internship or starting low and then building themselves up in a company, which is definitely a cool route. I mean, it really depends on the person and what you want to do. Like, I'm definitely more of a person where I don't want to work for a boss.
Yeah.
And I want to make my own hours, and I want to be able to have financial freedom, and but also have freedom of my own life as well.
Mm-hmm.
Not have to like wake up 9 to 5. I mean, waking up's not the problem. It's kind of going to an office 9 to 5 every day and working for somebody else and doing something you don't really care about. You're not furthering yourself, and that's really that's something that I would say when I was working those real estate office jobs for other agents. I was like, I can do the same thing, but do it for my own business and brand myself and market myself, and then that's why I left. So I totally get that. All right, so Chris, where do you see yourself in the next 20 years, long term? Like, what are your goals, and like, where do you want to be in life?
Well, I want to own a bunch of investment properties. Hopefully.
Yeah, we've talked about this. Yeah.
Yeah. But eventually, I want to get a house a nice car, and a boat.
And a boat.
I wanna live off the water. I think.
What about the
Live
jet
off
skis?
I might get a jet ski too.
Don't you have one already?
Yeah, it's broken though, so
You gotta fix it.
I might just get a whole new one. I don't think it's worth fixing.
So a house on the water, that's your goal 20 years from now, and owning some investment properties.
Yeah, just traveling the world basically after I
Oh.
retire.
That sounds great. So are you gonna still be involved in real estate?
Yeah.
Like selling, actually buying and selling like as an agent? Or do you wanna get to a point where you just have the investment properties and they're making you that income? And
Well, I
you-
want to have multiple sources. So I mean, I'm trying to look for that third source.
Yeah.
But so far, it's going to be being a real estate agent and doing investment properties.
Listen, I mean, anybody in this business will tell you, any agents will tell you that investment properties. This episode is also sponsored by Josh Blair with Family First Funding. Buying a home should be one of life's greatest moments. Creating a happy customer is not just an idea, it's a tangible result that Josh strives to achieve on every single transaction. Josh's biggest passion and drive today is still the same, helping others achieve their personal goals and dreams. At Family First Funding, their mission is to set high standards in the mortgage industry, and they are committed to quality customer service, putting the people they serve first. Take advantage of their expertise in the residential lending industry by calling Josh Blair today. You will find that the skill, professionalism, and consideration they give to each of their clients is what will make getting your loan a successful endeavor. You can reach Josh personally anytime at 732-904-7856. Again, his number is 732-904-7856. And I can testify personally, I work with Josh on many deals. He is my preferred lender, and he does an amazing job. His team is available around the clock, 24/7. I call and text them anytime. So if you're a realtor looking to work with a new lender who's going to be reliable, answer your calls, and be on top of your deals, he's the guy to go to. And last but not least, we have Goldfinch Title. Goldfinch Title is backed by Trident Abstract out of Wall Township. A leader in the industry, Trident has been in business since 1976. At Goldfinch, they have specialized teams ready to respond with solutions tailored to your needs, whatever they may be. This ensures that you receive maximum responsiveness, cost effectiveness, and efficiency. In partnership with their growing networks of offices around the globe, they have the flexibility to service national and multinational customers. Communication is key, and from the moment your offer is accepted, Goldfinch representatives will walk you through every step of the process. I can personally vet for them as well. I've worked with them on many deals. They work with my preferred attorney, and I've had nothing but a pleasure working with them, and every transaction that's in their hands has gone extremely smooth. Goldfinch has been vetted by most major banks and lenders. They offer full settlement services, making the process with them simple and completely cohesive. So if you're interested in working with them, call 732-547-2242 for a quote today or to learn more about their services. Again, the number is 732-547-2242. All right, sorry about that. We had a little technical difficulty there, but like I was saying, every realtor that I've talked to will say that investment properties is the way to long-lasting wealth, and working firsthand with investor clients, you see how much money there is in that business, flipping houses or rental properties. And same for me, that's my long-term goal, is to be financially stable, financially happy, and comfortable. And I definitely want to own a bunch of investment properties, if there are apartment buildings or duplexes or whatever they may be. But having that passive income and being a landlord is always like a security net, definitely. So it makes sense. I want to go back to something else we were talking about before, about how you got started with business and wanted to get your license and get involved in real estate. Was there anything that, what do you think really sparked your interest in business versus something else? Was there anybody that you were watching, or friends or family that talked to you about business? I know your dad owns a taco truck. You want to give him a little shout out? Give him some business?
Yeah.
Do you think
Taco Loco, 500 Oberlin, in Lakewood.
Excuse me. Great tacos. I've stolen a couple from Chris. Do you think that your dad maybe influenced you in any way, to be an entrepreneur?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think so? He's
yeah.
the main source?
It kind of stemmed off from there. I don't think it's the main source though.
Okay.
But I did want to get into business and stuff because like I was like looking up like entrepreneurs and stuff at the time when I was like 16 or something.
What made you like think that you just think you were born with that passion, or do you think it's...
Well, getting into that vacation job, it kind of just like sparked for me.
Right.
Cause like before that vacation job, I was working at Popeyes making chicken.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was horrible. I mean, it would be so hot in the back.
Yeah.
And like I did that for a year.
Yeah.
And then I worked at this car dealership because I was actually considering, like, at the time I was in college.
Okay.
I was considering being like a sales manager like at a car dealership.
Good job, probably.
Yeah. And I realized that some of them didn't have degrees.
Yeah.
Some of the sales managers. And so I was working as a cashier, just trying to get more experience. And I was honestly really bad at it. Like, you had to like take care of all the cars on the lot, and you had to like do a bunch of paperwork for like registration and stuff.
Right.
And like I was super slow. I got fired after the second week.
Oh my gosh. How have I never heard about this before?
Oh, I just didn't tell you, I guess.
What, is it a local dealership? Like, is it around here?
Yeah. No names.
That is so funny. So you got fired from there, and then you went to the vacation job?
I got fired from there. I was devastated. I felt like a failure. I was like, this is horrible. And I went back to Popeyes for like a few more months. I was actively looking for sales jobs though.
Mm.
Then I found the vacation company.
Yeah.
And I started working for them.
Right.
I completely sucked, like in the beginning.
Okay.
Like the first month.
Yeah.
And I was actually about to get fired too. But all of a sudden, like the next week, it just sparked.
Yeah.
And I just started closing more deals than anybody.
Really?
And I was actually the top producer.
Really?
Yeah, for the longest time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So when you left, they were probably kind of upset that you were leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They kind of figured that I wasn't really motivated anymore.
Yeah.
I was kind of just over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you decide like to take that leap and leave that vacation job and just jump into a whole new field where you had no experience and you didn't know how much money you would be making?
Well, I knew I wasn't going to be making that much money, but I wanted to put myself in that situation, like to get more experience and stuff.
Kind of throw yourself in the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I always tell you. I always tell you, whenever I'm coaching him, he's always like, you're not explaining it. I'm like, there's only so much you can explain to this business, and so much of it is experience-based. Like, throwing yourself in the fire and like learning. Like, I can go over with you how to do a listing presentation all day, but every single client is different. Every single scenario is different. Some people do not want to see a listing presentation. Some people want to see 100 pages worth of marketing material that you're going to provide them. So, you know, you really got to find your own category and like master what you're good at in this business. But, you know, definitely when you're a new agent, you're throwing yourself in the fire.
Yeah.
You don't know what to expect.
And definitely when you're starting off, you want to reach out to people you already know. Because you'd be surprised how many people want to sell their home.
Personal sphere is very important. I think that's what I did when I became an agent. The first like 2 weeks, I just put a list together of all my contacts, and I went through my Facebook as well, and I reached out to every single person, and I sent them a little message saying, hey, I'm a new realtor. If you're looking to buy or sell, or if you know anybody looking to buy or sell, I would like to work with you.
Definitely try and get listings though.
Yeah.
Like to any new agent, definitely try and get listings through your sphere, because it's really hard to get listings when you have no experience. So
yeah,
at least if you have that one under your belt, then you're somewhat credible. But if you have no listings at all, then what do you really have to offer? You know?
Right.
It's like you just have to hope that they list with you, even though they have no prior experience.
Exactly, and like it's hard because I see Chris Cole's calling, and you know he's brand new, and if they ask questions like how many listings have you sold, or what listings do you have in my neighborhood, or do you know this area, and you know when you're a new agent, you're calling everywhere. We're calling the whole state basically, just trying to get listings. Like we'll take whatever you know, like any deal you can get, you can take. Now,
as long as the client's happy, as long as they're making their money.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to screw anybody over. So.
Exactly. But like you're saying, it's definitely very difficult to secure that first listing. But personal sphere is like a doorway, because they're a family, they're gonna list with you no matter what, you know, unless they know somebody else in the family. That's when it gets a little tricky if you have another person in your family who's an agent as well. But getting that first listing from Personal Sphere is definitely huge. How did your Personal Sphere go? Did you get a lot of clients when you called? People that family, friends?
Well, I did end up getting this listing. It was a family friend.
The trailer?
Yeah. It was
Oh, that was a family friend?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It was a mobile home. But I actually got my first client from that mobile home. Actually, I didn't end up selling that trailer because he ended up wanting to take it off the market.
Right.
But I did a few showings there.
Right.
And actually got my first client from there.
The buyer?
Yeah.
Is it the buyer that you have the offer on now?
No.
He's from something else. Okay.
She bought a different.
She bought the other trailer, right?
Yeah.
That was your first closing.
Yeah.
See, that's the great thing about listings too. Like, you get buyers from it. You host open houses. People calling you. Like, I remember even though it was a trailer park, you were getting a lot of calls. People who were saying, I'm interested, calling you directly, not working with an agent. And some of them, I think, weren't you pushing some through and getting them pre-approved for like different properties?
Yeah, actually, the buyers I'm working with now, they're looking to buy a house that's like 180K.
Okay.
And I got them from that mobile home too.
Right.
It's basically.
It was from the same one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them too. So I got them pre-approved. Now we're putting in some offers.
Yeah.
I think they want to look at other houses though.
Yeah.
I don't think they want to put the offer in anywhere.
Yeah, that's an interesting scenario we talk about as well. Like situations where like your client now has put in like 2 offers and has pulled them back, right?
Yeah.
Like has like been like, I changed my mind, and then wants to see some other houses. It happens. It definitely happens, but it's a little bit frustrating, especially with the current market. I mean, I don't know how the market is in other states, but in New Jersey right now, like the properties are flying off the market. Multiple offer scenarios, bidding wars. It's pretty chaotic. So you have to be really fast with it, and I hope that your client can find a house. I feel like you should just go back to the first one. The first one.
I'll have to see.
You have to talk to him.
I'll give him a
You have
call.
to talk to him. But yeah, listings. So how has cold calling been for you? Like the first 5 months. How any results? What are you feeling?
Honestly, I don't feel like I'm good at cold calling, but I feel like it's all about just like doing it consistently.
Yeah.
And eventually you'll just get really good at it.
Yeah.
But like there's just some days where I just get extremely nervous.
Yeah.
And I just don't make a single call.
Yeah.
It's just like I overthink things a lot.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, it's understandable. You're brand new, and you could get into a conversation where they're asking you tough questions that you have no answers for. Like if somebody was to ask you like, how many listings have you sold in my neighborhood? What would be your answer?
Like 0.
Would you just say 0? Or would you say like? Would you be like?
Well, I mean, I've helped out people on the buyer side, so it's the same thing except I have to do more marketing and
right.
Expose your home to
That's
all
true.
the buyers.
That's true. It's smart. I feel like when you're cold calling to come up with like answers to questions where you're kind of like avoiding the actual question.
I guess.
If you have to, like if they said like how many buyers, how many buyers, how many houses have you sold in my area? You'd be like, my team, is experts at marketing. Like you have to fluff yourself up, especially in the beginning.
Yeah.
You have to make yourself sound very professional.
Yeah.
And you have to sound like you offer a lot, that you're going to provide the client a lot to really convince them. I mean, I know you are going to. And that's the thing. Like a lot of young agents don't get a chance because a person doesn't want to work with somebody unexperienced. But a lot of these young agents, like me and Chris, are very hungry and willing to offer a lot. And that's kind of, I feel like I've been working with a lot of listings as of recently. And I feel like I kind of broke into it a little bit, and I proved myself with 1 or 2 of them. So now, more and more businesses showing up on my doorstep. So, it's all about making that good first impression, and then once you lock in that first listing, just really be attentive and be on top of those clients, and they'll be a lifelong referral. They'll give you tons of business. So that's what it's all about. All right, so what do you think about COVID? Let's get into a different topic. COVID-19, how do you think it's going to affect the real estate market moving forward? Do you think it's going to resurge? And do you think that's going to affect the market in a negative or positive way?
I think people are going to sell their home regardless, because if they really need the money,
yeah,
or they just want to get rid of a property that's on their hands,
right,
that they haven't got rid of, like after buying their house already.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, I don't think it's really gonna affect the real estate market too much. I just think people are just gonna work around it. Virtual showings, just like everything virtual.
Yeah.
I guess during COVID times.
Yeah, I feel like during the first wave of COVID, when it first initially happened, it was new territory that none of us really understood or knew what to do about. So people kind of panicked, and that's why we had that like drop in the market where there was very, very low inventory for a while there. People took their house off the market, worried about people coming through, strangers who might have COVID. Excuse me. But now I feel like it's almost like it's becoming more of a normality, and it's like we have to adapt to it in a way, because we can't just like pause everybody's life because of COVID. If people have to sell houses, still people have to sell houses. We have to take precautions, but at this point, it's been running so long. It's like I think everybody's fed up. They're just like, I gotta figure out some way to get my house sold, or if you have buyers looking for a house, like some people just have to buy a house. Like you can't. Nothing's going to be able to stop them. Relocation for work, or upgrading. They're having a kid. They need an extra bedroom. There's some scenarios where it's just impossible to put your life on pause. So that's what's interesting about the real estate market. There's always somebody. There's never, the market changes, and you just got to adapt to it. There's always going to be deals out there. It's never going to be completely dry.
Mm-hmm.
Even during like a crash type period of time. There's still deals happening, There's still people selling, there's still people buying. You just got to figure out where the money is and what kind of deals you gotta, how you gotta change and adapt to things. But yeah, so 6 months in, how are you feeling so far? How like, what do you think about real estate? Like, any perceptions you had about it that are different now that you're actually doing it?
Well, sometimes I just feel like I'm not doing enough, and I just feel like time goes by and like I could be making more progress.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like I'm doing good.
Okay.
But I just feel like I'm very hard on myself.
That's good. That's a good thing.
And
I'm the same way. I mean, I feel like we could always be doing more.
Yeah.
We always could be doing more, and our business would look substantially different the more we did. So we gotta. I mean, let's push ourselves. If you think you could do more, let's push ourselves. Let's get a structured schedule. Let's get in here at 5 a.m. every day. We're gonna do yoga before we start cold calls. Relax ourselves before we start the cold calls. Before we go into the fire. All right. So you feel like you could do more. Is there anything that you expected out of real estate going into it that's totally different now that you're here and you're like, it wasn't what I expted?
Well, I guess I expected it to be like a lot more difficult, like the paperwork and stuff, but it's not too difficult. It's pretty self-explanatory once you fill out a few contracts.
Yeah. So people, I feel like a lot of people I know in my age group, in the 20s age group, they look at real estate and they're like, oh, you're a real estate agent. Like, that seems like something difficult. And I'm always like, the point of entry is so easy. Like, you pay to take a class, you take an exam, and then, you just pay whatever startup fees for your office, for your brokerage.
It's a lot of money starting off. Like,
I mean, there's definitely, and every brokerage is different with how much you have to pay to get in. It's always different. But it's an easy point of entry. Like, you don't need to, it's not any long schooling. You could take the entire course in 2 weeks, which is crazy. Like, and then you could be, you could be making $100,000 a year if you're under the right guidance and if you're really crushing it your first year. Like, who knows? Like, the opportunity is really endless. So, I tell every day I know, I'm like, it's easy to get in. Like, you just got to work hard at it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the opportunity's there.
It's definitely tough, like, starting off though. I'm not gonna sit here and say that it's easy.
Yeah.
But it's not.
No, I'm saying like I'm saying like it's easy to get into, like, to get started up, like into the door, and then you have to do deals, and that's when it gets tough, and you're gonna be cold calling and doing all that. But
you only need like a couple grand to get started.
Yeah.
But that's better than college,
Right.
What's better to you, 40 grand? Or $2 grand.
That's why I dropped out. All the student debt, I was like, I do not want to be paying back student loans for the rest of my life, and then working some random business job that I don't even care about.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm just gonna cut it off here, deal with the loans I have already, and start my own business.
Yeah.
Start working for myself. All right, awesome. Well, I mean, I think that, how long have we been running for? I think we're gonna cut the episode off here. This is a little bit of a shorter one, I think. But this is office hours. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It's very free form. We just wanted to have a conversation, and we'll do this once a month. So once a month we'll have no guests where it's just me, Chris. We'll have my buddy Tom. We'll have other people from in the office step in, different agents who have been here for various amounts of years, and specialize in different categories. So we'll have different topics to talk about. But I wanted to have a more free-form episode where we have a little fun, we're a little more casual, we're just having a nice open discussion about everything going on. So next week's episode, we have a huge guest. We have Ed Stulock. He's called the Millennial Realtor, and he's huge on social media, huge on TikTok. So we're going to have a really cool conversation with him. So make sure to stay tuned for that. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And follow me on all my social medias, especially Instagram. It's where I post the most, at mgrecorealty. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching.